What is going on, my friends? Today I'll be talking about the newest Black Dragon equipment and is it better than the previous version of it. You know my stance on the matter. I don't really approve reworking gear unless you are just buffing the gear without changing its essence. For instance, if we had a very outdated piece of epic gear that was giving you just 20% critical hit chance, I wouldn't change the critical hit chance to, let's say, applying shield or whatever. I would just buff the percentage, so instead of 20 I'll buff it to 40. Thus I'm keeping the essence of the gear while making it stronger. The reason why it's not good to rework the gear itself is because there are people out there who spend money for this specific gear. For instance, let's assume that the gear gives shield and now it's reworked to give slow. It's not really great because the guy paid money to get the shield, not the slow. And now he's going to ask himself the question, why should I buy anything else? What's going to happen if they're going to decide suddenly to rework some other gear, let's say 2 years from now, 1 year from now? So my general opinion on the matter is I'm against reworking of the gears themselves. I'm okay with reworking of towers, I'm okay with reworking the design of the equipment, but not the stats. With that said, let's go to collection and see, guys. We are going to go through each equipment one by one and advise and actually see whether this equipment is going to be a better or worse. In other words, whether it's a W or a massive L. So first thing, the Black Dragon Sword. 50% basic attack damage boost against enemies affected by bleed, fire and poison, and 20% max health boost. This is one of the few weapons, if not the only weapon, that actually gives health. So this is the current state. Let's see the reworked one. And the reworked one is pretty cool. 20% chance to apply bleed, fire, poison on combo enders, and 30% of damage dealt to the opponent by dots is transferred to the user as health over time. Now guys, this is a massive W. In my opinion, the Black Dragon Sword after the rework is much better, because the previous version you could almost never use it. It's not really that great. Let's see the next piece though, which is the Dragon Teeth. 80% basic attack damage boost against opponents with less than 50% health, 75% critical hit damage boost. So let's see what the new piece has to offer. 50% critical attack damage boost when the user is less than 50% health. So in a way, they kept the critical attack damage boost. I hope it is the same thing like critical hit damage boost. I really do. But now there is a catch. You need to be below 50% health, which is not really that great. Gain luck at the start of the match and on target in 15 seconds. Well, in my opinion, a new Dragon Teeth is a massive W, because the luck for 15 seconds on tag for a green piece is absolutely busted. So definitely this piece now is one of the very best pieces in the game when it comes to the uncommon ones. Unfortunately, you get the critical damage boost only when you're below 50% health, which is not a problem, but even if you just get the luck for 15 seconds, it's more than enough. Cobra Boxing Gloves is the next one, so let's review it. 80% resistance to slow and stun, 50% basic attack damage boost, and the new piece gives 30% chance to apply slow and special attack to 1, 35% damage boost against enemies affected by slow and stun. I believe it is a L this time. While the new piece is not bad, people are sleeping on slow. In my opinion, slow is a very useful debuff. Still though, I would take 80% resistance to slow and stun. It is more situational, the slow and stun, but when it works, it's absolutely busted. But now, when it comes to summarizing the greens, guys, I believe the Black Dragon Sword and the Dragon Teeth are massive Ws, and the Cobra Boxing Gloves is a small L. Even though somebody will disagree, they will say that, you know what, the Cobra Boxing Gloves is better because it's not that situational, you can use it more or less on any character that can spam special one, and I will agree. Anyways, let's continue. Stone Fists, 20% attack boost, 20% chance to apply stun on combo for 3 seconds, and 100% critical hit chance boost against stun enemies. Basically, this thing is giving you a Commander Kano, classic Kano passive, and it's incredible. So the new one, 20% chance to steal 5% of the opponent's max power on successful combo enders. Alright, user gains 5% special attack damage boost after performing any special attack max 20%. Now, every single time when you see special attack damage boost, you need to remember that it's calculated based on the minimum damage. So if your special attack is doing 100 to 1000, 20% damage boost is going to give you 20, because it's 20% of this 100. So it's not really incredible. Tremor, 20% chance to apply stun on combo ender for 3 seconds. Alright, so they kept the nature of the... Okay, that's cool. And after 8 successful basic attacks, incoming damage reduced by 5%. Each basic attack on stunned opponents counts as 2. Maximum damage reduction of 40. This one is a massive L, guys. I'm sorry, I prefer the current version. The current version was pretty good already. It was giving you 20% attack boost and 100% critical hit chance boost against enemies, which once again is a classic Kano passive. It is super useful. This piece was super good as it was. Probably going to make a video in the final day before the rework, so I can show you how great and awesome this piece is. Anyways, the new version, I simply don't like it. Nomad's Deadly Vapors. 80% chance to apply poison for 6 seconds to the active enemy at the start of the match. 25% chance to apply poison to enemy after gaining speed. And 40% damage boost against enemies affected by poison. I never liked this piece. I never liked it. So let's see what's the new version. 70% chance to apply poison on user target. Pretty cool. Each successful combo ender has a 60% chance to apply the damage to the whole enemy team. What is going on with the combo enders? Like, this particular equipment set in this tower relies so much on combo enders. It's unreal. 40% damage boost against enemies affected by poison. If user poison is resisted by the opponent, there is a 40% chance that 40% damage of basic attack will be dealt to the opponent instead. Alright, yeah, whatever. I believe I like the new one a little bit better, and the only reason why I do is not because of the combo ender stuff and the resisting poison stuff, but because you have 70% chance to apply poison user target, which is super useful. It's going to counter a lot of regeneration fights. So definitely I prefer the newest one by a slim margin. Scoundrel's Elbow Blades. Alright, let's review the previous one. 90% chance to apply bleed when cripple or weaken is applied. That's cool. 70% basic attack damage boost against opponents with less than 30% health. 100% critical damage boost when user is below 50% health. And the new version is 35% basic attack unblockable chance, plus 5 additional chance for enemies affected by cripple or weaken. Okay. This one is just okay. 80% basic attack damage boost against opponents with less than 50% health, so they kept that, that's good. 20% chance to apply curse on block breaker attack. I don't know which one is better. In my opinion, the old one is better. I used old one on Classic Rain in a lot of situations because you can apply bleed when cripple weaken is applied. So you can basically apply team bleed all the time, which is pretty cool. Definitely, guys, in my opinion, the old one is slightly better. Even though you can argue that the new one is also good because you can apply curse, even though 20% block breaker is not really that much, but still you can apply curse and you can have unblockable chance, I guess. This one is also good, but I prefer the previous one. So if I have to summarize the blue ones, we have 2 W's actually. No, actually we have just 1 W, which is the Nomad's Vapors because of the poison attack. And the Scoundrel Elbow, in my opinion, is a slight L. And the Stone Fist is a big L. I prefer the previous Stone Fist, which didn't have to be really worked. If they just kept the stats and just changed the picture, the icon, it'll be much better. Anyways, let's continue. And now we have the Psych Bomb. Look at this, Fusion 9. On target, Psych Bomb is tossed to the opponent, dealing 38% damage on base attack. Psych Bomb has a 75% chance to apply stun for 3 seconds, and 38% chance to also apply cripple while stunning an opponent. 50% reduced power cost on special too. 30% chance to apply cripple on combo ender, that's the new one. Okay, so definitely a new effect, I like it. On target, Psych Bomb is tossed to the opponent, dealing 40% damage on basic attacks. Okay. On each Psych Bomb toss, there is a 80% chance to apply stun for 3 seconds. Okay, so they kept that, good. And gain power steal on basic attacks against crippled enemies. Okay, in my opinion, the newest one, the new one is much better. Because the effect that you unlock at Fusion 10 is amazing. Granted, before you can apply cripple once you stun the enemy, now you can apply cripple on basic at combo enders. Again, combo enders, you know, you see the team, guys, the team is combo enders. So currently you had chance to apply once the Psych Bomb stuns. Now the chance is based on your combo enders. But the Fusion 10 effect now is much better because you can gain power steal on crippled opponents. So that's pretty cool. Imagine this on Classical Kain. It's going to be so good. Actually, it doesn't have to be Classical Kain. Any team that has Classical Kain inside. Very nice. Alright, let's review the Smuggler's Luck. 36% chance to gain luck after Special Attack 1. Special Attack 1 deals 12% more damage after each use, stacks up to 5 times. And we have the on target outgain Dispel. Let's see the new Smuggler's Luck. 60% chance to gain luck after special attack 1. Alright, special attack 1 deals 20% more damage after each use, stacks up to 5 times. Alright, and 10% chance to gain Dispel after successful critical hit. I prefer the new one, because Dispel on tag out is still good, but I would rather have Dispel on critical hit chance so I can stay tagged in longer. If I have a lot of, for instance, debuffs on me, even Cripple, I can Dispel it by just doing critical hits. And that's pretty awesome. I prefer the new one, so the new one is on W. So far, the two epics, the Psych Bomb and the Smuggler's Luck, are both Ws, and that's pretty cool. Scoundrel Cybernetic Heart. Let's review it, the old version first. Regenerate 3 bars of power over 15 seconds below 33% health. Once per fight. Kano, damage boost against bleeding enemies, and 40% max health boost. Alright. The new one. Successful basic attacks have a 35% chance to heal 2% of the user's max health. Okay. 35% in combat damage reduction when the user is below 60% health. Yeah, whatever. Okay, Kano stacks damage this time for each heal. Okay. And regenerate 3 bar of power over 15 seconds below 60% health. The effect cannot be triggered more than one time without tagging out 3 times per match. Alright, so what they did, unfortunately, is that at Fusion X, in my opinion, the new Scoundrel Heart is better. But at Fusion 0 it isn't, because before this rework, as you're currently seeing, you are getting the regeneration on Fusion 0. Now you're getting the regeneration at Fusion 10, and the trade back is the fact that you can apply the whole thing 3 times. While now, the regenerating happens only once per match. Still, it's an L for beginners, unfortunately, and it is a W for the whales or people have been playing a lot and somehow have this piece maxed out. Alright, let's continue. The Nomad Buzzsaw is the last thing that we need to check. Oh my god. 26% chance to gain speed after a successful critical hit. Poison applied to the enemy lasts 72% longer, and gain 2 bars of power after teammate is defeated. Okay, let's see here. 40% chance to gain 10% of the opponent's max power on combo enders. On combo enders, guys! Successful combo enders increase the max duration of every poison applied to the enemy by 20%, stack up to 5 times. Alright, so you have to do a lot of combo enders. Yeah, whatever. 40% chance to gain speed after a successful power drain, so no longer. I don't understand it, because this is a Cabal piece and Cabal doesn't do power drain. So how is Cabal supposed to gain the speed? I mean, are you telling me that he needs to do combo ender so that he can power drain? It has to be tested. It has to be tested. But what was the other piece that was power draining? Like, seriously. Yeah, to drain 10% of the opponent's max power combo ender. So this should be the way to do it. I prefer the previous version when you just have to crit. But at least I'm happy that they kept the nature of the gear. Okay, the nature of the gear is here. They just reworked certain aspects of it, but they don't really completely change it, which is kind of okay. On a successful special attack 1, there is a 50% chance that Toxin will be applied to the opponent. The Toxin blocks one random equipment piece on the opponent and increase all incoming damage by 15%. They can stack 3 times. Okay. On opponent's tag out, all Toxin stacks are removed and drain 60% of the opponent's power, so you can gain speed probably. Gain 2 bars of power after teammate is defeated. Now, how do I compare the old Nomad Buzzsaw to the new one? It's difficult to say, guys. It's difficult to say. I need to test. I need to test how it will work. For now, I would say they're equal. For now, I would say they're equal. I mean, I didn't really like the power draining stuff, but apparently if you do it with combo ender, it happens quite often, then I can forgive. Anyways, let's review what we already mentioned. Now, the Black Dragon Sword, in my opinion, the new version is better. I also believe that the Dragon Teeth, the new version, is better. For the Cobra Boxing Gloves, it is like neck and neck. You can make arguments in both directions. The new Stone Fist is worst. Unfortunately, I have no idea why they decided to change the previous one. It was pretty good as it was. The Scoundrel Elbow Blades, against a neck and neck. You can make arguments for both different versions of the gear. I believe the Nomad's Deadly Vapors, the new one, is slightly better. I believe the Psych Bomb is now much better than what it was used to be before. It's really becoming one very powerful equipment, especially at Fusion 10. The Smuggler's Luck, in my opinion, is better. The Scoundrel Cybernetic Heart, you can make arguments in both directions. In a nutshell, it is better for veterans and it is worse for beginners than it used to be before, which is unfortunate. And the Nomad Buzzsaw, again, it's a neck and neck. So generally speaking, I would say that the rework is it's not horrible. That's the best way I can say. Certain equipment got buffed, certain equipment got unfortunate nerfs, such as the Stone Fists and the Scoundrel Cybernetic Heart, and they will only work at, I mean, the Cybernetic Heart will be better at Fusion 10. We already established that, but generally speaking, it will be almost unusable at low fusion, which is unfortunate. When it comes to the blues, again, I have no understanding why they decided to change the Stone Fist. It used to be a pretty good equipment. Underrated, but very, very good. Alright guys, so please let me know what you think in the comment section. Please let me know which pieces, in your opinion, are worse now, which pieces are better now. And yeah, expect more videos coming because there's a lot of things to cover, and have an amazing rest of your day. Take care, guys.
Perfect.